Raleigh, Durham, and Chapel Hill. A tale of three tasty cities in the Tar Heel State.
North Carolina is the land of milk and honey.
Forward-thinking chefs are giving Southern food classics a new lease on life.
And it's a staple of every single family.
A centuries-old rivalry is forcing pitmasters to fire up their barbecue game.
There's a huge debate. We can say that politely. It's really a war.
And here, a local legend gave birth to the state's most famous sweet.
It is the perfect bite of pie.
These are the unique foods that define a location, and the legendary pleasures we'll travel halfway around the world to eat.
The crunchies are the best part.
I'm Andrew Zimmern, and this is North Carolina's Triangle, another delicious destination. Nestled between the Smoky Mountains and the Atlantic coast lies a region of North Carolina called the Triangle. It sits in the north-central part of the state, with Raleigh, Durham, and Chapel Hill defining its borders. It's a hub for higher education and a booming tech industry. Pair that with its southern charm and blossoming food scene, and you've got what many locals call the ultimate place to live.
It's alive, it's vibrant. We've got some of the best food in the world here in the South. What more could you ask for?
Southern recipes dominate this area of the Tar Heel State, including two signature styles of barbecue that come with a centuries-old debate over which one reigns supreme. The first, Eastern Carolina barbecue, whole hog, doused with a tangy vinegar sauce. North Carolina can lay claim to the fact that it was the state that ignited America's barbecue tradition, and it all started with pork. Hogs arrived with the state's first settlers in the 16th century, who incorporated the roasting techniques of Native Americans and West Indians, who would cook the whole hogs over wood-fired coals in the ground. Barbecue then spread west, evolving as it became famous in states like Tennessee, Kansas, and Texas. Every pitmaster in North Carolina will strongly defend their barbecue methodology. Greg Hayden is no exception. He even calls split hogs whole hogs.
Clearly, we started with Eastern North Carolina barbecue, and chopped whole hog is the way to go.
Greg is the owner and pitmaster at The Pit, which sits in the meatpacking district of Raleigh, the state capital.
There's a huge debate. We can say that politely. It's really a war about which barbecue is better, Eastern versus Western.
This war is over whole hog or pork shoulder, and tomato or no tomato in the sauce. Eastern barbecue is always split or whole hog. Greg uses a mix of hickory and charcoal to fire his stainless steel pits, where he cooks the 180-pound butterflied North Carolina hogs for 13 hours.
What we have here is shoulder. You've got your ribs here, hams back here.
The British colonists learned pit cooking techniques from the Native Americans. The other defining feature in Eastern Carolina barbecue is the sauce, born out of the Brits' love for vinegar and spicy peppers and a misguided fear of tomatoes.
Kings were dying from eating tomatoes, but it was the acid in the tomatoes off of the lead in the plate. So they were dying of lead poisoning, not dying from tomatoes. This is how we make real barbecue sauce. If you notice, no tomatoes.
Carolina barbecue is usually served chopped. Greg fries up the pigskin separately before chopping it into the meat. Then he gives everything a final dousing of the fiery vinegar.
If you know how to cook a hog, this is all you need. Most of the flavor's in the meat. This just adds a little bit of twang and a little bit of hot. Everything but the squeal.
The whole hog meat is tender. The sauce is spicy, but it intertwines with the vinegar, which is a nice balance. I can taste the crispy edges. It's nice little surprises throughout the sandwich.
I taste the vinegar, you can taste the pepper. It's a little spicy with the cayenne, it gives it a little kick.
I prefer Eastern barbecue, vinegar-based, and Duke basketball. Eastern is the only way to go.
Travel just 80 miles west in the state, and you'll find barbecue that may look a lot like the Eastern version, but fans of Western Carolina barbecue will tell you they are nothing alike. The sauce is tinged with tomato, and they focus on pork shoulder, not the whole hog. It all makes for a very different idea of what great barbecue should taste like.
I'm sticking with what I grew up with, and it's Western-style barbecue.
Western-style barbecue evolved after the Eastern style as colonists began to move west and settle further into the mountains. Instead of whole hog, they used just the pork shoulders, likely because they were easier to transport and took far less time to cook. At the same time, the myth that tomatoes were poisonous was being dispelled, and they began appearing in the recipes of the West, including barbecue sauce.
As it goes across the state, it's just like a thermometer. It just gets a little redder with the ketchup as you go, and once you make it to the mountains, it gets really thick.
Chip Stamey is the third-generation owner of Stamey's Barbecue, a down-home and extremely popular smokehouse in the charming town of Greensboro, an hour and a half west of Raleigh.
We are definitely what we call a Western-style dip. It's a very thin sauce.
Chip's son, Craver, still uses his great-grandfather's recipe for cooking pork shoulders.
So we think that pork shoulder is the best cut of meat for barbecue because it is the best combination of the lean and the fat. Whereas if you cook whole hog, you're really having to combine different things that aren't as balanced.
Craver uses hickory to fire the pits and flips the shoulders halfway to ensure even cooking during the long 12-hour smoke.
They feel nice and tender on the inside, so these are ready to come off.
In Western Carolina, the sauce is called dip. It's the same vinegar pepper concoction used in the East, plus the addition of just a bit of the controversial tomato in the form of ketchup.
It adds a little bit of sugar and a little sweetness along with that tomato flavor. Yeah, ketchup's the real way.
A plate or sandwich of the chopped pork with coleslaw is standard.
And that's the real Western barbecue.
I like to get the barbecue sandwich. I like a lot of slaw, and I like to add a good bit of the peppery sauce on mine. I think barbecue sauce needs to have ketchup because it gives it a little bit of a sweet flavor.
The sauce is enough to enhance it, but not overcome it. And there's some crunchies in there. The little brown pieces, the crunchies are the best part.
I don't care whether it's Eastern or Western, and I'm from the East, but Stamey's barbecue is the best.
Barbecue isn't the only classic that got its start with American colonists. The state's gritty past comes to life in another dish that has a humble pedigree and a fine dining reputation.
Boy, I'm telling you, this has changed me today.
What is that smell?
From Flip or Flop.
Look at us, working together.
Yes.
To love and marriage.
Do you disagree?
You're right.
Whatever you're into, it's on the Discovery family of networks.
Hey, how does Apartments.com have the most listings? Well, it's because we're willing to scout them out no matter how far away. Kevin, anything to report?
Nothing.
Gee, that's interesting. Exactly like the last 983 days.
Hey, can I come home?
Kevin. What a dedicated intern. He's just one of the reasons why more people find their place on Apartments.com than any other website.
Sir, we have an incoming call.
Send it to voicemail.
Done.
Apartments.com, the most popular place to find a place.
Hey, buddy. Yeah, you. Check out the Chevy Silverado. It's got more standard cargo volume than any competitor.
Really?
Look to your left. Come, check it out.
That's a good-looking truck.
Oh my gosh, that's insane.
That's a big bet.
Current eligible FCA owners get $6,750 total value on this Silverado Crew Cab pickup. See your Bay Area Chevy dealers today.
Lighter, softer, more explosive. Run like never before. Run on clouds.
The Raleigh-Durham region of North Carolina is beloved for having the best of many worlds. Thick, mature forests surround both cities. Head only 200 miles east, and you'll be at the ocean. Farmland and seashore. Geography is responsible for this local staple. Shrimp and grits. Creamy stone-ground corn topped with fresh North Carolina shrimp.
Everybody grew up eating grits because everybody was poor. I mean, it was a staple. And now this is highfalutin food.
It's believed that Native Americans taught colonists in Jamestown, Virginia, how to use the lye from ashes to soak corn kernels and then pound them into grits. Grits soon became a form of currency and were often given to slaves who created the shrimp and grits concept in the coastal states where shrimp were abundant. What was once a poor man's breakfast has undergone a high-end makeover in restaurants all across the country, especially in the South.
We're all about corn and things that are vehicles for butter and cheese, so it's like the perfect dish.
Amy Tornquist's restaurant, Watt's Grocery, is part of the food revival underway in Durham, a working-class community home to the prestigious Duke University.
Durham is like Berkeley with bacon. I'm one of those people that's an actual North Carolinian, so for me, making some of these older recipes keeps us going back to sort of where we came from.
Amy uses heritage grains that take hours to boil and have lots of texture. She prefers South Carolina stone ground grits, a version made from white corn.
They actually have some texture on the back end, and they have a little bit of flavor when they're cooked.
The grits boil in a bath of milk and cream with a hefty dose of white and yellow cheddar, Parmesan cheese, and the South's favorite staple.
Butter makes everything better.
Amy uses North Carolina whites, what shrimpers call white gold, prized for their sweet flavor and tender meat.
North Carolina has a wonderful coast, and it has lots of fish, great shrimp, great oysters.
Historically, shrimp and grits were cooked with just a bit of butter or sugar. Amy's version includes everything from garlic, mushrooms, bacon, and hot sauce.
So you're looking for the shrimp to not be translucent, and you're looking for the mushrooms to be nice and crisp, and your bacon not to burn. The best comfort food in the world.
Grits stands for Girls Raised in the South because, you know, everybody in the South eats grits. Boy, I'm telling you, this has changed me today. This is an unbelievable dish.
The grits themselves are perfect. The beauty of this is not just shrimp and grits. It's the cheese in it, it's the onions in it, it's the mushrooms, it's the bacon. I absolutely feel like a Southerner when you eat grits.
Carolina traditions don't fade easily, which is why a meal of shrimp and grits is often followed by one particular dessert, and one only, lemon pie, a salty cracker crust filled with lemon custard. Some locals say it's the only thing safe to eat after seafood.
If it was seafood on the table, lemon pie was dessert.
The lemon pie tradition comes from folklore born on the state's East Coast. Legend has it, if you ate a seafood dinner, following it with dessert could kill you. The exception was lemon pie. Now, nobody knows why the tale came about. Most speculate it was a way of getting children to curb their sugar habit.
Your mother said that, and so you did it. That's not true, it turns out. People can eat all the dessert they want after seafood.
North Carolina born and bred Bill Smith is credited with giving the old lemon pie recipe new life.
I can never quit making it now. I'm asked to make it wherever I go.
The Southern cooking icon heads up the kitchen at Crook's Corner in Chapel Hill, home of the University of North Carolina Tar Heels.
Crook's Corner was started in 1982. It was one of the first restaurants in the United States that treated Southern food seriously.
Classics like shrimp and grits, catfish and cornbread are all mainstays, along with Bill's famous version of lemon pie, known for its saltine cracker crust.
I used saltine because that's what I had the day I started doing this. I liked it and I stuck with it. I sprinkle a little sugar in it because it doesn't need the sugar, but sugar helps it brown, makes it prettier.
Egg yolks and condensed milk are traditional anchors for the pie's custard filling. As for the lemons and limes, the amounts vary based on what folks are ordering at the bar that day.
We use a combo of lemons and limes because we use the juice from the bar. Some days the pie has more lemon than limes.
Not all of Bill's tweaks have been well received by lemon pie purists, like using the leftover egg whites for topping.
Traditionally, these are then turned into meringue that goes on top. I don't do that because meringue doesn't hold well. I switch to whipped cream.
It is the perfect bite of pie. It's crunchy, it's salty, it's sweet, it's smooth, it's creamy, it's tart. It's absolutely my favorite thing.
The crust is unusual because it's made out of saltine crackers. It's a great summer dessert.
My grandmother used to always make pies after we had any kind of seafood. She always had lemon meringue. I never knew why, I never asked why. It was good, so I didn't want to mess up a good thing, and I liked the lemon pie, so let it keep coming.
Lemon pie was built on the back of a Carolina myth. A different crave-worthy wonder was the result of two comfort food classics merging into the ultimate North Carolina sandwich.
Audible is my road trip companion.
It's kind of my quiet alone time.
Audible is a routine for me.
It's like a fun night school for adults.
I could easily be seduced into locking myself in a place where I do nothing but listen to books.
I never was interested in historical fiction before, but I'm obsessed with it now.
There are a lot of like classic and big titles that I feel like I've missed out. Since I don't have time to read, man, might as well listen.
If I want to catch up on the news or history or learn what's going on in the world, I can download a book and listen to it.
Because I listened to her story over and over again, I made the decision to go ahead and follow my own dream, which was to help other veterans.
I think there's like 180 books in my library now. It changes your perspective. It makes you a different person.
It's true. It's so true.
To start your free 30-day trial, just text LISTEN10 to 500-500.
The Raleigh-Durham Chapel Hill region of North Carolina, known as the Triangle, has many proud traditions. A century-old obsession with college sports is one. Mid-Atlantic ingredients shot through a down-home Southern food prism is another. Like this combination of two classic comfort foods, chicken cheddar biscuits, hot and fluffy buttermilk biscuits stuffed with fried chicken and cheddar cheese.
Biscuits are a big thing in North Carolina. We ate it every day of the week, so it's part of us.
Like many Southern traditions, biscuits began with the country's earliest settlers, the British. Biscuits were a cheap and easy way to fill up since they don't require yeast or need time to rise. Before long, the biscuit became the symbol of Southern cuisine. Eddie Williams is the owner of Time Out, a Chapel Hill institution that sits across the street from the University of North Carolina campus.
I bleed blue. Carolina blue, I'm Carolina's biggest fan.
Time Out has served more than 2.8 million chicken cheddar biscuits in their 40-year history.
We are open 24 hours a day, 365 days a year. We never close. We don't have a key to the front door.
Eddie's had decades to perfect his recipe, passed down from his grandmother. He uses self-rising flour milled in North Carolina and cuts in the shortening by hand.
The consistency is very important, especially when you're putting a big, huge piece of chicken on the biscuit.
Buttermilk is another invention of Southern colonists. It's what's left over when cream is churned into butter and gives the biscuits a subtle tang.
Now I'm going to roll the dough and make it adhere to this square grid that we have.
Eddie fabricated his own biscuit cutter to allow every piece of dough to be cut on the first pass.
When you have square biscuits, geometrically, every bit of flour dough is used the first time, so it makes for a better biscuit.
Just as much attention is given to the fried chicken. The breasts marinate in brine, then in buttermilk before being doused in a seasoned flour batter, bone on.
The bone keeps the flavor in.
After the fryer, the bone is removed. The final touch is a hefty slice of cheddar cheese, melted in the microwave by design.
That's the only way we found that the cheese melts and becomes super gooey.
Biscuits are a way of life in the South, and everyone has their own particular style that they like. These are definitely my kind of biscuit. It's like buttery and soft.
I grew up with a grandmother who was like a master at making really great, fluffy, buttery biscuits. And my dad was known for his fried chicken. For me, it's almost like blending something that my grandmother made and my dad made all in one sandwich. So it's really good.
Biscuits are one of many North Carolina traditions that Southerners love to rally around. So it makes sense the state would have a hand in a historical beverage, too. A bubbly, cherry-flavored drink that became the star ingredient of a new Carolina classic.
My name is Jerry. I've been a Pateco member for about 15 years. They give me the best advice without looking for personal gain.
My name is Angela. I'm currently refinancing my car with Pateco. I'm also using their checking and savings.
My name is Aki. If I think about it, over the course of 22 years, I've probably saved thousands of dollars in fees.
My name is Elmer. Pateco is part of my financial strategy. It's just easy.
For more bizarre foods, delicious destinations, go to travelchannel.com. When it comes to the appeal of the region known as North Carolina's Triangle, the New York Times put it best. It's Mayberry meets MIT. The area's quaint southern culture paired with its high-tech job market is a reflection of how the region is evolving, and history and modernity collide in everything from the architecture to the cuisine. Like this spin on the state's obsession with barbecue. Cheerwine barbecue chicken, seasoned smoked chicken covered with a sweet sauce featuring North Carolina's signature Cheerwine soda.
If I'm gonna eat chicken, I'm gonna eat Cheerwine chicken. I love Cheerwine.
Adding cola to barbecue and other slow-cooked meats is a southern tradition. Cheerwine is a lightly cherry-flavored soda with a creamy fine bubble that definitely tastes like it has cola in there somewhere too. It was invented by L.D. Peeler in 1917 as an answer to the sugar shortage going on during World War I. Peeler found the cherry flavor to be a sweet alternative to sugar, and the beverage took off, growing to become a North Carolina icon.
It's unique, really bubbly, and sweet cherry cola.
The beloved beverage has spurred dozens of recipes over the years, especially in the realm of barbecue. Steve Adams put Cheerwine chicken on the menu at the Blistered Pig, a barbecue hotspot in the charming town of Apex, just outside of Raleigh.
We found this holy grail of a drink, which is Cheerwine. It's always been a part of the lives of people who grew up in North Carolina.
Pitmaster Irais Gutierrez developed the Blistered Pig's Cheerwine chicken recipe. He builds the marinade from his mother's recipe, which blends staples of his native Mexico, like hot sauce and cumin.
Mexicans, they love everything hot.
The legs and thighs marinate for 24 hours before going into their smoker, an electric oven that can cook at low temperatures and integrate some smoke flavor.
It is a hybrid. Ignites the wood with the gas, and then it keeps rotating the heat by electricity. It's kind of like a convection oven, but with the difference that you can smoke things in it.
The sauce has North Carolina classics like ketchup and vinegar, but its signature sweet, tangy flavor comes from Cheerwine.
This is the magic ingredient, the Cheerwine syrup.
Straight syrup from the fountain provides an undiluted flavor as it simmers for hours, resulting in a comfort food favorite you'd be hard-pressed to find outside the state line.
It's a little bit sweet. It's got some nice spice to it. The Cheerwine, kind of caramelizes the chicken a little bit, so it has, almost a little crunch to it.
The chicken is so good itself because of the way it's cooked, but with the Cheerwine barbecue sauce and the combination of the two is a perfect marriage of sweet and salty.
It's something so unique, and it reminds me of home. It gives me a taste of North Carolina.
It's a taste that keeps natives from leaving the Triangle, while attracting a new wave of North Carolinians looking to sample the state's unique flavor. A delicious slice of North Carolina's past, with a positively delectable Southern future.
My name is Jerry. I've been a Pateco member for about 15 years. They give me the best advice without looking for personal gain.
My name is Angela. I'm currently refinancing my car with Patelka. I'm also using their checking and savings.
My name is Aki. If I think about it, over the course of 22 years, I've probably saved thousands of dollars in fees.
My name is Elmer. Patelco is part of my financial strategy. It's just easy.
America's most creative chefs are hitting the road. I'm Chef Brad Miller, and growing up in the restaurant business, I know the most amazing bites are coming from those who are taking risks and changing all the rules. Oh, this is blowing my mind. From city streets and parking lots, I'm on the hunt for the most innovative chefs, serving up some of the greatest dishes on 4 wheels. From a grilled cheese sandwich with a French onion twist, I've had French onion soup, but never a sandwich. We're always thinking, how can I grill cheese that? To a surf and turf burrito with beef that is a cut above. Woo-hoo-hoo! That's sharp! And a new take on a festival favorite. You're creating childhood memories right now. This is out of this world. We're all familiar with the classic pairing of soup and sandwich, but I found a chef who figured out how to put a soup inside a sandwich. American Meltdowns, Paul and Sarah makes grilled cheese sandwiches that are so extraordinary that here in Durham, North Carolina, he and his crew, they're known as the Melt Gods. Classically trained as a French chef, he takes his love of grilled cheese to the extreme, using it as a vehicle for over a dozen ooey-gooey sandwiches on his menu. Everything is better smothered with cheese, and no flavor combination is off limits. Can I come check it out? I'm on board, baby! If he's this excited about grilled cheese, it has to be good. And one of the combinations is the classic French onion soup, with slow-glazed caramelized onions and rich Havarti cheese. A soup as a sandwich? Such a smart thing to do.
Welcome aboard, American Meltdown.
This is a huge griddle.
We can fit 48 sandwiches on here.
Oh, wow. How'd you end up here on this truck?
I went to culinary school, went to the French Culinary Institute in New York.
Good school.
And once I graduated, we decided to come down to North Carolina because it was just booming down here.
You're a chef, man, so you could focus on anything you wanted to, and you just like grilled cheese.
We did some grilled cheese tasting parties, and that was it. Everybody was like, this is the concept that really works.
Right on, man.
Put smiles on everybody's faces.
So what did you make to get in with the locals?
We're in the South, we're gonna roll with the dirty South first. Pimento cheese, kind of like the caviar of the South.
Pimento cheese is a cracker spread traditionally made from cheddar cheese, mayo, and pimentos. What makes your pimento cheese different?
We use garlic. I grew up Italian, so it's gotta be garlic in everything.
Oh, wow.
This is a local goat cheese.
And I see your very Southern measuring style. A little bit of this, a little more of that.
I'm a big proponent of the eye, the eye measurement.
So how long are you gonna let that go? Do you want it coarse or do you want to have it just nice and smooth?
We want it pretty smooth, so that the garlic breaks up. We call it goop, pimento goop. It sounds sexy.
Goop sounds very sexy, Paul.
Coarse ground black pepper, red bell peppers diced. Now I keep them raw, not cooked, because I really like the crunch in the sandwich. If we cook them, they'd be really soft like everything else.
Yeah.
I'm gonna mix some in, and then we got the second guy that goes in for the crunch. So we have cheddar.
So you normally serve pimento cheese cold, and you're gonna heat it up.
You know, as a grilled cheese truck, we like to melt everything. My wife loves it. It's one of her favorite things cold. Good on like just spreading on your Ritz crackers, classic.
The black pepper in there is my favorite. If it tastes that good cold, I can't imagine when it gets all melty.
Cool, let's go.
Let's get into it.
So this is actually a super mild sourdough. It comes from a local bakery. We're gonna spread on our pimento cheese. Sprinkle our corn, little sugar flavor on there, just makes everything pop. We use a local andouille sausage.
So why andouille sausage?
We're in the South. Andouille sausage is kind of like New Orleans with those big flavor pops.
It gives that nice porky kind of fat flavor. And goat cheese goes so well with andouille sausage. A lot of people don't know that. You want to have that brine with that fat of the andouille sausage.
Yeah, let's take this over to the grill.
All right.
We mix our butter with a little bit of vegetable oil, raises the smoke point.
All right, so you're pressing it down to kind of get that really good crisp sear on there.
Cooks for about 2 to 3 minutes on each side.
Since that cheese spread is so thick, does it take longer to melt?
The cheese won't always 100% melt by the time the bread's toasted. So, we've got our torch.
Jeez. First off, what a torch. That's not the little brulee torch you use. That is a monster.
No, we want to pack some extra power in here.
And it's charring that corn, which is nice, too.
You don't want to hold it too close, just high enough, and you can hear the roar of the flame. Tasting time.
This is what I've been waiting for, Paul.
This is one of my favorite sounds.
You want to talk about melty? That's almost running down my arm.
Right on.
To say you've outdone yourself is an understatement. The crust on the outside, that creamy pimento and a little bit of that goat cheese, that garlic is coming through, that porkiness of the andouille sausage. Beautiful, beautiful sandwich. And the red bell peppers, I can taste a little of that sweetness. So, man, you've outdone yourself.
All right, well, let's jump from America over to France.
Right.
We got the French onion melt. Down here, the South is all about low and slow. French are about that, too.
So what made you want to do a French onion sandwich?
Well, we like to grill cheese everything. You know, when we taste something delicious, we're always thinking, how can I grill cheese that?
How can I grill cheese that, of course. Coming up, we find out how to transform a bistro-style soup into a crispy, cheesy sandwich. This is just smooth, sweet. The onions are the star. That is French onion soup. And later, this sweet sensation in California is finding new purpose for an old tradition. You're creating childhood memories right now.
It's really good.
Some may wonder how Apartments.com has helped more renters find their place than any other site by digitally upgrading every one of our employees physically. Ooh. Now, everybody at Apartments.com can and does give 110%. Apartments.com, the most popular place to find a place.
Roll that beautiful bean footage.
Do that again.
You know, some things just make summer, summer. Like Bush's baked beans.
He's finally asleep.
Sometimes you need to take a moment for yourself. Instacart is here to help take grocery shopping off your plate. Choose which store to shop from, what items you need, and a shopper will safely deliver them contact-free in as fast as 2 hours. So while you recharge, your kitchen gets safely restocked. Go to instacart.com or download the app to get free delivery on your first order using the code ORDER today.
I'm on the American Meltdown truck. I just had a taste of the grilled cheese that got Paul in with the locals. And now I can't wait to try the dish that he was classically trained to make. I've had French onion soup, but never a sandwich.
So we turned the soup into a sandwich, and it came out really good. You know, on a grilled cheese truck, we like to use butter.
This is genius. So what's your method here?
We got the onions sweating. At this point, start to brown on the bottom. We'll hit it with the salt and pepper.
Bringing those sugars out?
Oh, yeah. After the onions have gotten a sweat, we're gonna add some of our garlic.
Mustard, huh?
Yeah, the French kind. Lots of flavor. It's got that tang to it that I really like to even out between the butter and the crunch and everything. Now I'm gonna add our garlic herb pesto.
Why pesto? French onion soup, you don't really think pesto.
It's a bitter herb pesto. It's not your classic pesto with like basil, sage, rosemary, parsley, and some thyme. And we puree it all together with some olive oil, and we do hit it with a little Parmesan cheese because we're a grilled cheese truck. And a little white wine. You know, one of those favorite French techniques, they love to deglaze. Steam comes up, helps cook the onions.
It usually takes about 2 hours prep and 8 hours of cooking to make caramelized onions for French onion soup. What have you got this down to?
So we do it all in about 3. Definitely a little condensed version. You know, after the flavors are all kind of caramelized and brown, we'll put it into a little braising pot with the liquid, the wine, the butter, and just let it braise about 3 hours. And all its own juices and concentrate the flavors. We really just want to deliver the best product possible. And as you know, as a chef, time is usually one of the key ingredients.
All this for a sandwich?
No, all that for a sandwich that goes out the window in like 5 minutes. We got our local bakery bread, our Havarti cheese.
So unlike French onion soup, why did you choose to go with Havarti instead of Gruyere?
Gruyere is a really delicious cheese, but when you melt it, it smells bad. And I think, 80% of taste is your smell. So when you're putting it in your mouth and all of a sudden you get that real funky smell, a lot of people don't like that. So Havarti has all the tricks of Gruyere and just a milder flavor. So it melts down and really does the job for us.
All right, let's see it.
Let's cook. Butter up both sides.
Let's torch that puppy. I want that caramelization.
Wait, well, you're gonna be eating this, so
yeah.
Perfect. There you go, for you, man.
Music to my ears.
Crunch, crunch. Get in. Yeah, like the cheese dangling around.
That is French onion soup. Yes! The onions are the star. They are taking center stage. This is just smooth, it's sweet, and the Havarti is carrying the whole thing home. This is not just a grilled cheese. It's not just 3 ingredients. There's so much depth and technique. You just took the best part of the soup and you put it into a sandwich. Good job.
Good break. Thank you, Chef.
Thanks, buddy. I heard that crunch over here.
I've got the French onion.
Does it taste like a French onion soup?
Yeah, buttery, cheesy goodness.
Love the andouille sausage. Love the bread.
Getting a lot of the pimento, and I love the corn coming through it.
Well, I'm from Wisconsin, so I know my cheese, the best I've ever had.
Look, you want to look at the camera and tell your parents from Wisconsin that that's what you just said? American Meltdown. Melt gods.
Yeah!
I'm in Minneapolis looking for Chef Billy, who's from Mongolia, doing Japanese sushi off a food truck. This I gotta see. Billy Sarenbot trained for years with master sushi chefs. Now he's bringing years of tradition and the world's most prized ingredients to his 4-wheel sushi bar, Babuda. Fans are lined up around the block for Babuda's fresh sashimi, poke bowls, and signature sushi burritos because the fish is flown directly from the best fish market in the world. Billy's one-of-a-kind surf and turf burrito breaks all the rules. He combines his signature sushi with mouth-watering Wagyu beef for an unexpected and affordable taste of Japan in Minnesota. So Billy, why Minnesota? Did you have any concerns about getting fresh fish? I mean, I know there's 10,000 lakes out here, But unless you're using all lake fish.
The Minneapolis has one of the greatest airports. Most of the fishes comes from Japan. And we always get like about 10 flights per day to Minneapolis from Tokyo. So it makes me like really, really like, okay, I feel it's still in Japan, you know?
You're in Minnesota and bringing in the freshest Japanese fish you can find. That is a key to your sushi.
Oh, of course.
What do we get started on?
Poke bowl. It's like Hawaiian-inspired dish.
The main components in a poke bowl are rice, raw fish, and a soy sesame sauce. Because it's so simple, the quality of the ingredients makes all the difference.
Tuna.
Tuna?
Yep, one of the finest in the world. We just dice it in real nicely.
Look at that color.
Right. Show you how we make a sauce?
Yes, okay. Absolutely.
What we're gonna do is a little bit of sugar.
Straight white sugar?
Yep.
In your opinion, what makes a good sushi chef?
It's a labor of love.
Just caring about the product and caring about the technique.
Yes, little bit ginger. Plus, you have to drink a lot of sake.
I have no problem drinking lots of sake. White onion, huh?
Yes, sir.
All right.
This one is sesame oil.
Sesame seed oil?
Yep. And then, last and least, Japanese cola.
Soy sauce, soy sauce.
Yeah.
Japanese cola.
This makes everything amazing. And
you cook that?
Actually, no. You know, I like the freshness of the herb. Yeah. Once you like cook it, then that fresh flavor of the herb is gone.
You can smell the ginger.
Oh yeah, balance of the life.
The soy is not too salty. No. With the sugar makes that salt calm down, and that ginger flavor really comes out. That is delicious.
Thank you.
What kind of salmon's that?
It's actually Norwegian salmon.
Norwegian salmon?
Yes, fresh tuna right here. We just put the little bit of sauces right on top. I'll show you the secret of what makes the best sushi. It's very simple, but making rice takes years to learn.
You're not just cooking rice. You're adding a little bit of sweet sake, a little bit of sugar and vinegar.
People walk by and they say, it's like, wow, sushi from the truck? And I'm like, yes, actually it is. Sushi is actually born in the street of the Tokyo. And people forget about that, right?
Yeah. All right, let's taste this.
Yeah, please do. Come on.
It's beautiful. It is beautiful. Great technique. The soy and the ginger and that little bit of sesame seed oil is giving it a little bit of salt that brings out the natural flavor of the tuna and the salmon and that perfectly cooked rice.
Oh, thank you.
If you didn't think you could find the best sushi in Minnesota off a food truck, you'd be wrong.
Can I introduce you to Surf and Turf sushi burrito?
You can absolutely introduce me to a sushi burrito. Coming up, Billy blows my mind with his culinary genius. It gets this like beautiful buttery texture and flavor. It can absolutely melt in your mouth.
We see the beauty in everyone and everything. Even behind masks, we see smiles and creativity. Our hands show others what's possible. Our communities define us, and when they need us, we're there. We can't imagine a better time to carry on the tradition of creating things with our minds, hands, and hearts.
I'm in Minneapolis, Minnesota, aboard the Babuda sushi truck. Chef Billy is about to introduce me to his mouth-watering creation, the Surf and Turf burrito. It takes his poke bowl to the next level by adding the most flavorful beef in the world.
Sometimes people think we are the food truck and they don't take it serious. But let's show them how serious we are.
Let's show them how serious we are.
So we got the soy wrap, soy pepper. Right here, Wagyu beef. It's A5.
To explain, prime beef is the best beef on earth. A5 Wagyu is like taking a rocket ship to Mars. This marbling is insane, just going all the way through the meat.
It comes with authenticity.
It comes with the birth certificate.
Correct. I mean,
the beef comes with a birth certificate.
Obviously, we have tuna.
Tuna, scallions. Those are paper thin. That takes a very sharp knife. So how sharp is this knife?
Well,
that's sharp. That's like a sushi lightsaber.
All right, so we're gonna lay down the rice.
Okay. A baseball-sized amount of rice.
All right, so Wagyu.
The cool thing about this A5 Wagyu, it's so highly marbled, it gets this like beautiful buttery texture and flavor. It can absolutely melt in your mouth. Oh my, and you gotta go and put some wonderful salt on it.
Tuna with the scallion.
Tuna scallion.
Yep. Avocados.
Avocado.
Wagyu beef. So this melted fat, it's gonna mix with all the fish, rice, and it gives that whole another dimension of the flavor.
Genius, genius, Billy.
Are you gonna roll it? You just go over one time, and then also like push back gently towards to you.
So when you're making a burrito-sized roll, it's basically a sushi roll, except giant. That makes it the burrito.
Yes, and you can just bite and on the go.
Kampai.
Kampai.
Kampai. Billy.
I don't know what to say.
The beauty of this whole thing is the fat of the Wagyu drips in all the pieces of the rice. So it's seasoning the rice. The avocado is nice and creamy. You get that creamy bite. Last thing you taste is that freshness of the tuna. It's bringing a lot of freshness to like that fattiness of the beef. And you would think this would be two different flavors, you know, beef and tuna, or they don't go together. This makes one cohesive flavor, and it makes my life really happy right now. If you'd have told me this came off a food truck, I wouldn't have believed you.
I love Babuda. I love Kichi burritos.
So you come and eat this a lot?
Every lunch break.
No, that's delightful. That's the nicest thing I've ever heard about food. It's delightful.
I love the sauce. It's just tangy, refreshing. Nothing crazy, just right.
It's beautiful.
Sushi Up a Truck, you can find it in Minneapolis. We're here in El Monte, California, and I'm in the mood for some dessert. So I'm about to hop on board the Drizzle truck.
Oh, yeah. Oh, that's fresh. That's different type of dough. It's so good.
Jenny Diaz was a successful Vietnamese restaurant owner before trading 4 walls for 4 wheels. She's pursuing her passion for sweets and creating an entirely new take on a carnival classic, hot golden funnel cake. This is pretty cool.
Yes.
I've never seen a fryer this shallow and this wide. This is unbelievable. It's almost like a griddle.
Made just for funnel cake.
That's really cool. They're made just for funnel cakes.
Yes. So this is our homemade special funnel cake mix. In here, it's flour, sugar, salt, egg white, vanilla powder.
Vanilla powders, that's new for me.
We work in dry ingredients just to make sure that our batter is fresh. When it's go time, you just add some water, and that's it.
So this is genius. So you can have the freshest funnel cakes
Right.
in 3 counties.
So we're gonna mix for 2 minutes.
Right on. Now, why'd you pick funnel cakes out of all the things to pick?
My husband and I, we used to have a Vietnamese restaurant. We were working 15 hours a day, 7 days a week. We wanted something more fun. And he was like, let's do funnel cake. And I was like, oh, that sounds kind of fun. I love ice cream. I love sweets. In the truck, it's like every day is something new. It's amazing. I love it.
Yeah, now you get to put the fun back in funnel cakes.
Exactly.
Coming up, I think my quest for the ultimate dessert has ended in delectable. You're completely messing with me. This is out of this world.
My name is Jerry. I've been a Pateco member for about 15 years. They give me the best advice without looking for personal gain.
My name is Angela. I'm currently refinancing my car with Patelka. I'm also using their checking and savings.
My name is Aki. If I think about it, over the course of 22 years, I've probably saved thousands of dollars in fees.
My name is Elmer. Patelco is part of my financial strategy. It's just easy.
Welcome to a new world of vitamins. A place where caramel, peanuts, and chocolatey goodness meet your daily multivitamin. Where a delicious vitamin energizes your day, keeping you healthy and strong. My Bite Vitamins. Health made happy.
I'm aboard the Drizzle food truck, and Jenny Diaz is about to make me her famous funnel cake.
So we're about to make some funnel cake. Are you ready?
I'm ready.
Okay.
Is there a rhyme or reason, or is it just make funnel cake?
I like to go around a few times, and then I like to go crisscross.
Okay,
Just
yeah.
like that.
The crisscrossy is making that funnel cake so it holds up. That is just vanilla cake. This whole truck is vanilla cake now.
Just make sure the temperature is at 375.
If the oil's not hot enough, the funnel cake mix is gonna absorb the oil. It's gonna be greasy. It's also not gonna rise.
And then you get this golden brown right here.
GBD, golden brown delicious.
And it cooks about 25 to 30 seconds, and that's it.
And that's done?
Yes, it's quick. Next, powdered sugar.
This is one of my favorite parts. This is my childhood all coming back, is the raining of powdered sugar on anything fried. You also want to put the powdered sugar on the funnel cake right when it's hot so it sticks. I'm gonna jump in on
Yes,
this.
try it. It's hot, so be careful.
That's a great batter. It's like a little fried vanilla cupcake. Amazing.
I'm gonna make you our most popular flavor, which is Strawberry Delight.
Strawberry?
Yes.
Let's do it.
We're gonna add 1 big scoop of strawberry ice cream.
That is absolutely a big scoop of ice cream. So your funnel cakes are replacing the classic ice cream cone?
Yes, they are. So I got fresh strawberry bits, lots of strawberries.
Lots of strawberry.
Lots of strawberries. Then we
Fresh
give you fresh
whipped cream.
We made that every single day, completely fresh.
And that's just heavy cream powdered sugar?
That's it.
Some cookie sticks?
Some cookie stick, and then we're gonna put the chocolate sandwich cookies right there. Then chocolate drizzle.
Drizzle, oh, drizzle.
And then we're gonna do some rainbow sprinkles just to top it off. You ready?
I'm ready.
All right.
I'm gonna go ice cream and bite a funnel cake.
Best way to eat it.
You're completely messing with me. This is out of this world. The best part is the hot and the cold. You get the hot funnel cake, the ice cream is freezing cold, and the little toppings give you that strawberry delight what you're looking for. The crispiness of the funnel cake has a flavor of that vanilla deep fried cupcake. And then when you want more texture, you're going for a little cookie.
Exactly.
Unbelievable. You're creating childhood memories right now.
Thank you.
That is a perfect combination of cold ice cream with warm funnel cake. It's creamy and smooth and crunchy, and that's fantastic.
Oh man, you're getting that fried flavor. Absolutely amazing.
It's really good.
Have you had a lot of funnel cakes before?
Yeah.
How's this rate for funnel cake?
10.
10, yeah.
Straight up 10.
There you have it.
My name is Jerry. I've been a Pateco member for about 15 years. They give me the best advice without looking for personal gain.
My name is Angela. I'm currently refinancing my car with Patelka. I'm also using their checking and savings.
My name is Aki. If I think about it, over the course of 22 years, I've probably saved thousands of dollars in fees.
My name is Elmer. Patelco is part of my financial strategy. It's just easy.
America's most creative chefs are hitting the road. I'm Chef Brad Miller, and growing up in the restaurant business, I know the most amazing bites are coming from those who are taking risks and changing all the rules. Oh, this is blowing my mind. From city streets and parking lots, I'm on the hunt for the most innovative chefs, serving up some of the greatest dishes on 4 wheels. On this episode, from Cajun fries to a burger surprise.
About to change your life.
I don't take small bites.
That's right.
To flame-kissed pizza, made perfect in 90 seconds. Delicious, crispy dough, and the sweet secret behind an authentic Belgian waffle.
You're gonna spread some of this delicious cookie butter on the top of it.
Did you say cookie butter?
I said cookie butter.
Three chefs from South Central Los Angeles are taking their love for burger and fries to a whole new level, creating big, bold, and never-before-seen combinations so outrageous they can only be called one thing. This is the Billionaire Burger Boys. The sky's the limit for Derek Bevins, David Lee Kitchen, and Jennifer Johnson. From their mile-high surf and turf burger, topped with an avalanche of fried onion strings, seafood and bacon, to their Phantom Burger, topped with salami, pepperoni, and pastrami. To the dish that started it all, their legendary jambalaya fries. It's not surprising that these larger-than-life creations keep customers coming back for more. Hey!
What's up?
So what's the story behind the truck?
Me and Lee, we were doing pop-ups. So I was like, you know what, I'm gonna look for a truck.
Derek was serving hot wings in Louisiana Po' Boys at his pop-ups before joining forces with David Lee, a chef famous among locals for his jambalaya fries.
Burgers were an accident.
Yeah, burgers were totally
They
an
weren't
accident.
what we originally set out to do. Long story short, this guy got hungry, made himself a burger, posted the picture on Instagram, and it went crazy. And the light bulb went off. Hey, we should be doing burgers. And I just looked at the burgers and said, these don't look like your ordinary burgers. These look like billion-dollar burgers. You guys should be the Billionaire Burger Boys.
The two took their mutual love for over-the-top comfort food, and the Billionaire Burger Boys were launched. All right, let's get into it.
We are going to do for you our world-famous Hello Burger. Hello!
Hello! The Hello is an 8-ounce burger stuffed with Cajun shrimp and cheese, then topped with onions, eggs, and layered over seasoned fries. No side dishes needed here. Why hello?
We have a friend of ours. One day he called us. He said, hey, you guys, I want you guys to make me a burger. But I want all this stuff. And he's known for saying what, guys? Hello! So we called it our Hello Burger.
Makes sense.
We're gonna drop the shrimp just so we can get this cooked off, because this is going inside our burger. Then we add a little bit of our Mojo seasoning.
Is that your Mojo seasoning?
That's our
That's your signature.
Yes, sir.
What's in it?
Your paprikas, your chili powders, your cumin.
Cajun seasoning.
That's right. Add a little steam just to, let it cook off a little bit. Our Hello Burger is 8 ounces.
Angus beef, right?
Yep.
Only the best.
American Swiss blend cheese.
I noticed you put the shrimp and cheese on the inside.
Yep.
That's the key to this, putting the cheese on the inside. This is genius. This is gonna be great. I can already tell.
So we take this and we put it on top.
It's a little burger pie.
Empanada. Smack that bad boy right on top of there.
Look at the size of that. That's 2 fists.
Montreal seasoning, which gives our burger a superb flavor.
Black pepper, garlic, onion powder, got everything in there.
Exactly. So we take this bad boy, put that dome over him, add a little water, and let that bad boy cook.
And the reason you're adding the water, you want this thing to cook fast. Steam's gonna help this cook faster and get everything inside melty, delicious, and cooked up in time.
We got some of our fresh hand-cut fries right here.
What kind of potatoes are those?
Fresh cut russets, man.
We're gonna put it into the fryer, but we're gonna batter them first.
What's in your flour?
Garlic, a little bit of onion powder, cayenne. We'll take our bun, our nice egg brioche bun, add a little of our garlic butter from the butter roller. It's just another compound that brings the burger to life. I like seasoning everything, so.
Oh, yeah.
Now we're gonna take these bad boys out. They're nice and beautiful. This is what we call GBD, golden brown delicious. That's what you wanna have when you put your fries out. We add a little bit of our Mojo seasoning to it.
Wow, that's seasoned perfectly. It's not spicy at all. It's
like
actually
fried
just
chicken.
delicious, yeah.
Well, see, the thing is, when we say Cajun, we don't mean spice. We mean the flavor, the actual Cajun flavor.
There's a lot of flavor in every bite. You can really taste the paprika, chili spices, and the cumin.
We'll set this right here.
It's all about stacking of flavors. It's not just one note.
Exactly. We're gonna add our Cajun ranch.
Which is ranch and Cajun seasoning.
Ranch and Cajun seasoning. Seasoned fries. We're gonna add a little more ranch. Then we're gonna take this bad boy and gonna set them on top of there. Woo! We're gonna finish it with these nice, beautiful, golden brown, delicious onion straws.
GBD onions.
Yes, sir. And
a little more ranch.
Why not? And voila.
Hello.
Ladies and gentlemen.
Hello.
Hello. You got the Hello Burger.
I gotta bob and weave when I eat this. All right.
You might want to press it
I'm
down.
gonna press.
Oh, yeah.
You gotta find your angle, your way in. That's your way in.
Woo.
Get in there.
Woo.
That's what we like.
There you go.
Undescribable. Not just seasoned perfectly. I got that big piece of shrimp in there, and it's covered in cheese. The ranch on there plays really well, kind of cools it down a little bit. The egg, the fat plays so well. French fries give it that crispness.
Yeah.
The onion strings, keeping this thing crisp. The seasoned brioche bun, and the Montreal steak seasoning. Just makes me want to go, hello!
Oh, cheese and the Cajun ranch together is miraculous.
Great flavor, amazing burger. Drove all the way from downtown LA.
That means it's like 7 hours away in LA traffic. It was worth the travel?
Yes.
Hello! Coming up, everyone's favorite side dish gets a $1 billion makeover. I want to get a lobster and I want to get a fry in there. I don't take small bites. And later, a homemade crust that blows my mind. Man, this is amazing.
Oh, yeah.
Hey, buddy. Yeah, you. Check out the Chevy Silverado. It's got more standard cargo volume than any competitor.
Really?
Look to your left. Come, check it out.
That's a good-looking truck.
Oh my gosh, that's insane.
That's a big bet.
Current eligible FCA owners get $6,750 total value on this Silverado Crew Cab pickup. See your Bay Area Chevy dealers today.
Some may wonder how Apartments.com has helped more renters find their place than any other site by digitally upgrading every one of our employees physically. Ooh. Now, everybody at Apartments.com can and does give 110%. Apartments.com, the most popular place to find a place.
Of all the times to buy a car, you might think now simply sucks. Unless you take advantage of the world's first no contact, no touch, no pressure, no sweat, no stress, no shade, no worries, and above all, no bugs test drive. Right from your very own home. Get ready to change how you buy a car. Get ready to shift. Now every Shift car comes with EPA-approved antimicrobial protection. Free. Visit shift.com/free.
She's doing it again. No cover-up spray here. It's the irresistibly fresh scent of Febreze Air Effects. Cheaper aerosols can cover up odors, bearing the smell in a flowery fog. Switch to Febreze Air Effects. Febreze eliminates even the toughest odors from the air, and it uses a 100% natural propellant to leave behind a pleasant scent you'll love. Use anywhere odors can spread. Freshen up. Don't cover up. Febreze Air Effects.
After saying hello to the Billionaire Burger Boys, I'm ready to deconstruct their legendary jambalaya fries, a one-of-a-kind side dish with an over-the-top garnish. Lobster jambalaya fries.
Yes. Right. You ever had that before?
I've had jambalaya before, but I've never had jambalaya fries. Jambalaya is a traditional Creole dish that combines meat and seafood over seasoned rice. But instead of rice, they put it over their special battered and fried French fries.
Lee, he actually came up with the jambalaya fries on accident. He used the fry to taste the sauce, and it was like, bam, I'm gonna do, jambalaya over fries. We got this lobster tail that we're gonna deep fry for you guys.
And that's a nice sized lobster tail.
Exactly. Put some flour on it, and we just drop him on in there and let him do what he do.
I got my chicken. I'm gonna go and throw that bad boy down right there.
And that's just dark meat, white meat.
That's dark meat. It's always juicy.
It's the most flavor.
Always moist.
Yeah.
It has a lot of flavor. I put my shrimp over there.
It wouldn't be jambalaya if you didn't have a little shrimp in there.
And you gotta have a little bit of sausage. That's what's gonna make it jambalaya.
What kind of sausage is that?
That's chicken andouille.
What, chicken andouille?
Yes, sir.
Usually you do pork.
Yeah, normally you do pork, but a lot of people don't eat pork.
That's smoky and delicious.
That's right, that's right.
Andouille sausage is seasoned with garlic, pepper, onion, and wine before it's smoked.
I'm gonna put a little bit of butter. We're gonna season it with our Mojo seasoning.
Everything gets a little Mojo seasoning.
Everything gets a little bit of Mojo.
You gotta have some Mojo.
Gotta have some Mojo. We're gonna go on and mix that bad boy up.
Now it really smells like New Orleans.
How about that lobster tail, though?
That's beautiful.
Once again, GBD, Golden Brown Delicious.
I'm going to take our jambalaya spread that we have here.
Ooh, we about to change your life.
This is go make 5 friends kind of meal. Oh, look at that.
Our Cajun Alfredo sauce. There's some half and half, bay leaves, some paprika, all of our Cajun seasoning, everything a traditional Cajun jambalaya dish.
We're going to take our lobster tail because it's a big lobster tail. So we'll just go in and bust it down into a couple little pieces that we can actually eat and leave it right there on top.
And we're gonna add some more
Cajun Alfredo.
There you go.
Parmesan cheese on top.
Because it needs more flavor.
That's right.
Yeah, of course.
Some cayenne.
Okay.
Parsley on top for some color for you.
All right, I gotta dig into this.